How's it going, everyone? It's Nathan from Nathan's MRE, and today we're doing the part 3 to our Danish MRE. So we have a whole bunch of stuff left over here. We're going to go ahead and do a whole wheat snack bread. We have the Brussels pate, which is still the pork liver pate, but a little bit different. We have our toothbrush. We have our 2 packs of tuna. We have tuna and water, 50 grams. And tuna, lime, and pepper, which is also 50 grams. These were dated, production date of 11/9/2015, and best before 11/3/2019. And this one's the same exact date. So we'll get that out. We have some cashews, some Nut Walker cashew nuts, roasted salted. We have another moist towelette. We have a raw bite. This raw bite doesn't really say, it just says organic fruit and nut bite. It doesn't actually have a flavor. And this had an expiration of 9/3/2017. We have a package of the Andros jam / marmalade, the mixed berry. We have a black tea. We have a lemon flavor sports drink, energy drink, and the peach one turned out to be really good. This one is expiration date of 12/2019, and we have 2 coffees left over. I'm not a big coffee person. We did a coffee for the first video. We might just let those other ones, they're exactly the same, let those off to the side. We have a pack of V6 gum, white peppermint, put that back over there. We have a salt and pepper. We have a couple toothpicks left over. And we have a package of peanut butter. And we also have a package of sugar. And that is the whole works. That is the rest of the MRE. We're going to go and start opening this up and get it plated up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this off of here. And we're going to get our... Start off with the raw bite first. Open that up, get it plated, and we'll go on from there. So raw bite, it just doesn't say what it has in it exactly. Dates and raisins, cashew almonds, 10% cocoa, and nutshells and fruit pit. I don't know, kind of odd. Pretty small bar. It smells really good. Smells like nuts and figs. And we're gonna go and open up a Brussels pate. And the last one had egg and some other stuff in it. This one does not. The other one was a farmhouse pate. It's a little 25 gram package. Going to open her up, see what we got. It looks just like the other one. It smells just like the other one, so I wonder if it is. We don't know. I'll put that right there for right now. We're going to go and open up our wheat bread. And one of you guys said this is the same one as the Bridgeford, as the newer MREs. I haven't done a lot of US new MREs. I have, now that I remember, I have had one of these before, but it was an older one. It's a 2008. And the last one we did in the lunch was real soft and nice. The American one was very hard because it was old. So that's probably the difference. Well, I was thinking it was a totally different piece of bread altogether, but it's not. All right. Discard the package of that. It looks good. Smells good, just like the other one. And we have a package of cashews. I'm going to open that up and put it in with a raw bite. Very heavily vacuum packed. Alright, we'll dump it in here. Set that off to the side. That was about half the package, so pretty fair amount. And I think what we're going to do here, well, let me see. We got our peanut butter. We'll do that when we go to eat our bread here and our pate. We'll mix that together. So we got 2 drinks. We have our black tea. We have our marmalade, which we'll also try with that. Black tea and our lemon flavored drink. Let me go ahead and get a glass out here, and let me grab some water and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, guys. We have our water superheated here for our tea. So for right now, let's put that there. Let's go ahead and do our tea bag. I'll go ahead and pull our string out, throw that in there. And it only came with 2 spoons, so we'll have to get some spoons before we go too far with this. But for right now, we'll keep going. We'll go and set this back here, about right there. And we're going to open up our lemon flavored energy drink. And this was a 500 milliliter, just like the other one. Glass is about 250, so we're going to put about half of it in there. We're just going to rip it at the seam. We'll come in here and just kind of guesstimate where about half of it is. And another drink that's just completely white. If you get this here in the States, it would be like, the lemon be like neon yellow. A little bit more, and that should be about half of it. It just looks like sugar. Alright, set that off to the side. Smells a little bit of lemon, but just basically is sugar, is what it smells like. Let's go ahead and put our water in there. Alright, let me grab some spoons and we'll be back. Okay, so 3 plastic spoons. We're going to use 1 for this guy. We'll give them a good stir. And we're just going to let them sit. Come back and stir them up in a little bit. Get our tea mixed up a little bit. We'll leave that in there too. And we have a biscuit left over from the breakfast video. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to shift this back here. We're going to get our biscuit out here. I stuck it in a Ziploc in the package so it didn't get all dried out and hard. We're going to go ahead and pull it out of the package. We're just going to put him back there. And we're going to use that probably for the pate, and then use our peanut butter and our jelly for our bread. Work out a little bit better. Okay, so next we have our tuna. This is tuna, lime, and pepper. A pretty small package of it. Let me go ahead and just get it pushed down at the bottom there. And we'll put 1 here and 1 there, and that should work out. Get a piece of bread out of there. I actually like tuna, so this works out pretty good for me. It smells kind of strange. I guess with lime and pepper, I'm not used to that. It don't smell bad, it just has a different flavor that's not tuna. You could actually buy this stuff here. You could buy a lot of the spicy tuna here. I don't see a lot of lime tuna here at all. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Get this spoon down here and rake all that out. That's pretty much it. And you can see a little bit of pepper in it, a couple little flakes here. Let's go ahead and plate up. Set that somewhere where it's not going to get over the place. Plate up the other one. This is just tuna and water. This one seems like it's a little bit fuller. Have a hard time getting it pushed down, so we'll just cut it right at the very top of the pouch. And maybe we won't lose any. A little bit too close to the top. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna go and dump this guy out. Definitely a lot drier tuna, the tuna and water. All right, that's about 99% of it. Of course, set that off to the side. And I think we're pretty much ready to start tasting this. Now, we might go ahead and put some sugar in our tea. So we got running here. I think we actually will do that. Our sucker, S-U-K-K-E-R, however you pronounce that. I'm sure there's a certain way you pronounce that. We'll put some in. Not a lot, just some. Not quite a half of a bag. And this was black tea. You see on the tag. I'll take a drink and see what we got. Yeah, like I said before, it's not as potent as a black tea is what you get here. If you get the Earl Grey and stuff like that here, man, it's crazy strong. So I think we're ready to start tasting this stuff. Let me go ahead and knock some of the tuna off of that. Let's go ahead and go after the pate because the tuna is so overpowering. We want to do that kind of towards the last or before we do our dessert on this one. We'll give our lime drink one more stir, and you can see it has a very tinge of yellow to it, but overall it's nearly clear. I don't know if it looks like that on the camera or not. It looks a little more yellow on the camera than it does in real life. Let's go ahead and try our pate. I'm anxious to try this out to see if it's the same as the other stuff. Try to knock that chunk of tuna off the deal there. Oh, what the hell. All right. Pate is just as soft as the last one, maybe even softer. If you guys wonder what the last one tastes like, it was a very, like eating a very super mild Braunschweiger. If you never had Braunschweiger, you know it's pretty harsh. This is real light and creamy version of that. Very good. It's very, very light. This is almost lighter than the other one. I think they're essentially the same thing though. But man, you know, they actually have real meat out in the field, and that's probably doesn't aspire very easily. You can't exactly throw a steak in your pocket and carry it with you, but yeah, that you could definitely survive on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try our lemon drink. Give it one last little stir. It smells like lemonade, basically. That's very good, very light. It's not like the US MREs where there's a bunch of oily weirdness floating on top of it. It's not neon colors. It's actually like if you could actually drink that and it's not going to kill you. It's not full of all this crazy stuff. Let's go ahead and try our tuna. We're going to go ahead and go to our other stuff here and finish up. Let's go ahead and try the standard tuna first, the tuna and water. Gets a nice little chunk of it. It smells like normal tuna. Not bad, really, not bad at all. It has a little bit of a different taste than stuff you get here in the store. It's not as dry, it's not as bland. Now, here's what's interesting me a lot is the spicy. The tuna with lemon and pepper, I should say. You can see the chunks of pepper on it. and give her a taste and see what we got. That's actually very good. The lemon cuts the fish flavor, the overfishiness, a little bite of pepper to it. I don't know why they don't sell that here. I've never seen tuna with lime here ever that I can remember. I'm sure they make it. It's just not easily available. All right, so let's go and do our peanut butter and jelly. We did the jelly in the last, I believe it was in the breakfast. I can't remember if it was breakfast or lunch. Let's go ahead and squeeze a little bit of jelly on this bread. Maybe a line of peanut butter next to it. Let's see what we can do here. So if we could squeeze it all over the place, that'd be great. I ripped it on the rip and it's not coming out, so I'll have to do a little bit of that. It's still not. So the package is actually made to where it's sealed. You can see where it's sealed all the way down to there, even though the rip's on top. So they kind of messed up making the package a little bit, but we're not going to hold it against them. We're just going to go ahead and slice it off down further. We know we got it. It's kind of odd. Definitely a manufacturing flaw. There we go. Nice deep dark red color. And we're going to put this, let's just balance her up right there. And the long-awaited peanut butter. If you guys remember me saying this peanut butter only has peanuts and salt and dextrose. Dextrose. I'm not sure what dextrose is. I'm sure you guys let me know in the comments though. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. And let's just put a line of peanut butter next to it and see what we got here. Maybe we'll taste it a little bit first here, just to see without the jelly. It's very creamy and very thin. It's very dark too. It just smells like just straight peanuts and nothing else. Yeah, it's very, 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 it's not dry. It's just like you have a mouthful of peanuts. Go and squeeze a line of this out here. Something like that. Maybe we'll just prop him up right there. He's not going to spill over the place. All right, and let's go ahead and just give her a try and see what we got. And that's pretty good peanut butter. Reminds me of something more of what I had when I was a kid than what you buy, here today. I think you could buy all natural peanut butter here. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly a peanut butter fanatic. I'm going to get this jelly kind of over here out of the way a little bit. Try a few of these cashews. Pretty big cashews. See how they taste. Pretty decent. I mean, it tastes pretty fresh for, I guess being vacuum sealed. Versus in a package with air in them, they stay pretty fresh. So now for the most interesting piece of this meal is going to be the raw bite. And I wonder exactly what. Snap her in half here and see what we got. You can see nuts in it. It said cocoa in it. I don't know. Don't smell of cocoa. Let's take a bite and see what we got. Yeah, actually it's pretty good. It's a real nutty flavor. It's really not bad. Maybe a slight tinge of cocoa in it. That's more of a powder if there is much at all in it whatsoever. So I think we're down to this point. We're down to the third part of the V6 gum. 3 different kinds of this. And this one is white peppermint. So we're going to go ahead and try this out. It's basically in the shape of chiclets. You can smell it. He's open it up. It smells pretty strong. Let's go ahead and try it and see. And it really is pretty good. It's almost like a chewing gum you get here. You know, kind of very super minty. I think we're pretty much done. Other than that, we have our toothbrush. You know, can't really show you much about that. It has a little hole in the back of it. You can see that or not. I guess you could put a string hanging on your neck. I'm not really sure. So let me go ahead and get you out of the tripod here and bring you for a close-up of this tuna with lemon and pepper. You can see little specks of pepper in it. And there's our package of peanut butter. And here's our standard tuna and water. There's our pate, and you kind of see how light and fluffy it is. It's almost like a whipped pate. It's kind of odd, really. Then we have our raw bite. You can see in here where we took a bite out of it, all the stuff that's in it. And our cashews. And of course you saw the biscuit or whole wheat cracker. Then another one. You can see our lemon drink here. You can see it looks a lot more lemony on camera than it is in real life. You can see how transparent it is. And then our black tea. And over here to our salt, pepper. We forgot to use our wet wipe, but you guys can probably live without seeing me wipe my hands with a wet wipe. Then our V6 gum and our sugar, and there's our handy toothbrush laying over there, and of course our marmalade / jam. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the third and final part of the Danish ration, the 24-hour Denmark ration. And you can see what a really nice, huge ration it was. These guys in Denmark, you know, any kind of combat exercise or battle, they definitely eat good. This is a very nice meal. Shout out again to our friends at Lithuanian Post off eBay for sending this over to us and getting it out at a pretty quick rate. But that's it, guys. That's all for today's video. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.